Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the National Parents Union presents Speak Your Truth with yours truly, Vivett, and
John Dukes. Hello,
hi.
everybody. How's everybody?
Doing well tonight. It's a really it's a nervous night. It's a nerve-filled night. I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, definitely focused on the election. That's all I'm focused on, to be honest with you. That's like my agenda. What about you, babe?
Mine's as well. And the experience that I had to even go out to vote. What was that? Early voting. So that was something different for me and something that I look forward to for long times. Long time now. Even though I had a chance to vote in other elections prior to this, but this is the major one that I voted for now by thus far
Can you
because
hold
of
this laptop a minute? I need to
yes,
charge this for a second.
because
Keep
of
on.
the simple fact that I had never voted in the presidency election.
So this is your first time voting for president?
First time voting for a president, and it's a lot to me because I'm one of those men that, or let's just say, like a lot of my comrades, we wanted to vote for Obama or just vote in general. So yeah, this was a big deal, and I'm grateful.
Sorry, guys, there's a little technical difficulty making sure we stay sharp. No, that's so. You never voted for. What was that like voting? If you want to talk about your experience voting.
I had a pretty good experience voting because of where we're located. What I noticed, you hear a lot of people that they often say you get a chance to see how the other side lives, the other half lives. This was the first time that I got a chance to vote, but from my experience, like hearing about voting and watching it on TV and living vicariously through others, when they would tell me as the elders around me, it wasn't as pleasurable as what I received in the sense the line was long, yes, but it was moving fast as possible, like it was moving. It was nonstop movement. And they were offering pizza and free pizza, free drinks and things like that. I don't know if that was something that was practiced in other places, but I felt like this must be how the other half lives on the other side, so that's what I meant by that.
What were some of the obstacles that you faced? Because we're Speak Your Truth and we want to be transparent with our viewers about some of the challenges, because voting is not just a whole, oh, it was happy and it was great and everything went well. What were some of the challenges that you faced?
The weather, for me. Again, even though the lines were moving, the lines, of course, that's, I think, the obvious, the lines. I would love to just be able to walk right in and go cast my ballot and that's it. And then, paying attention and seeing all the elderly people that's working the poll sites. Thank God they're working it because we need people working, but was the lack of the young people. So I think the swiftness, the speed, sometimes the desire was there, but there were things that I think the youth can do more fast, just because of their help, their youth.
No, I wasn't.
No, that's
saying
it.
stuff.
No,
That
that's
was
it.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Naomi saying she's glad that you were able to vote.
Thank you, Naomi. Thank you.
Nay, not
Naomi.
Nye. Yeah,
Naomi.
she's Nay. We just had a big thing on names a few episodes ago.
Oh, wow. Okay, Naomi.
Yes. So I wanted to share tonight. I really want to dedicate this time tonight to really making sure that all of our viewers have some information that they need in order to vote. There's still time for you to go out and vote. If you notice on the ticker on the bottom, if you've already casted your vote via mail, you can track the status of your absentee ballot. The information I have there is for my state, New York State. So https://nysballot.elections.nyu.gov/track my ballot. It's all there for you, /search. I'm assuming it would be the same for different states, but you check that out, okay?
And by the way, that's valuable information that my lovely wife is giving out. I appreciate that because also on the backside, let's say behind the scenes, there's something that I'm a part of in WhatsApp. We have a community of brothers and sisters that are formerly incarcerated, and we speak together. And a lot of us are talking about how some people are getting deterred, or telling them to not vote, or they can't vote because they're on parole, and a lot of that is not true. So they were giving up information about that as well. That you need to definitely do your due diligence on looking and reviewing things, because it's not true, especially in New York State,
What's not true?
that a person that is formerly incarcerated, that they cannot vote.
So if
They
you
can
need
vote,
every state, you need to check.
You need to check.
You need to check for every state. I know I saw Nehemiah Frank. He was telling us that in Oklahoma, if you have a felony conviction, you can vote. In New York State, if you have a felony conviction, you can vote. Of course, you need to have been registered to vote, and that time has since passed. However, and Naomi, I honored your request. The information is in the chat now. I'm going to go ahead and show that we have the website. You can go to track your ballot. There's been a lot of, I see you, baby, one second.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of information about concerns, really, that people who cast their ballot through absentee ballot, through voting, through the mail, that there may be some disturbance with the mail, that they would not receive it. But this is a way for you to track your ballot and make sure that it received to the proper place. Likewise, if you still have your absentee ballot, and a way that you can cut the line for those long lines, because I can only imagine what tomorrow will be. I waited an hour and a half, 2 hours in total to vote. How long was your time?
I felt like 20 minutes, to be honest. Mine may have been a half an hour, but that's how
it
long
was
it
way
really
longer
felt.
than
So?
To show you
that's how I felt.
Because he's so
I guess I was excited
to vote.
And I was speaking to an elderly man online, not about so much the voting process, but just about how times, times have changed. From he was a Vietnam vet, so even his experience, I was able to hear. He was like about the voting process.
Right.
So I think that's
but
what
you
time.
were there longer than 20 minutes,
because
because we were like talking. You were there longer than 20 minutes. And then I know Sarita was there. My daughter was there for about 3.5 hours. But if you are comfortable taking your ballot, and the one that was mailed to your home, your absentee ballot, you can fill that out. Don't mail it. Drop it off. Go to your polling site and drop it off there. Okay, so that's one strategy. If you still haven't made your plan yet about how you're going to vote and what you're going to do, make your plan. Tonight is a good night. Tonight is the night. Now is the time to make your plan about where you're going to vote. I'm going to put some information now if you want to. I have some more information for you also. You have something also?
Yes, well, this was pertaining to brothers and sisters, whoever that was formerly incarcerated. There's a website, nyclu.org.
And what are they offering?
Voting rights of New Yorkers with felony convictions. So that way you can know it's nyclu.org.
Okay, so that's the New York Civil Liberties Union.
Yes.
You can go there for what? Voting rights?
For voting rights of New Yorkers with felony convictions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you wanted to? I know you were busy. John was nice enough to come on the show tonight, because I said I'm just going to really dedicate this time to making sure we get information out about voting. We've done a big push here at the National Parents Union about every family votes, and making sure that voting becomes the norm in our families. And we're seeing so much more voting happening in this election cycle, but we need to keep that energy going. This should not just be a one one-time deal. This should be, we always go out and we vote to this magnitude and even beyond this magnitude. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome, and make sure you come prepared, like you were saying.
Yes.
Prepared not only for, prepare for lines or any let's say rain, the weather conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw a lot of people with chairs, a lot of elderly people with chairs, a lot of people
You focused a lot on the elderly. I'm wondering why did you see
I'm
a
gonna tell
lot
you why.
of
It was
elderly
not a
there?
lot of young people that I did, and that's another thing. I hope the young people come out. It was not a lot of young people that were where we were at. I didn't see a lot of young, and I went there 2 days in a row.
Okay.
I went there one day for me and then one day for our daughter.
Okay.
And I didn't see a lot
so
of young people.
So we need young people getting out to vote. We need you out to vote. We're on the ground and we're telling you what we're seeing here. We're hoping others in your demographic, wherever you are, just take notice. Are young people out voting? I'm recommending everyone tonight to please call some family members and encourage them to vote. If there are people who you know who have not voted, or you're not sure if they've voted or not, please could you give them a shout out, a phone call, a text message, reach out in the most authentic way possible and remind them to vote. Make a plan for voting. So we've been at the voting site. Naomi was asking what time we were there. Oh, you're leaving?
What time I was there?
Yeah, what time were you there?
I think I went at 10:45.
Yeah, you were there in the morning time yesterday, I know, because that was the last day.
Okay, so that's not gonna make sense. Yesterday morning I went with my daughter. That was 10:45. All right. The day that I went, I may have went it wasn't too late. I guess around.
You don't really.
I don't remember,
babe,
to be honest.
That's okay.
It's a blur.
All right.
But I had a great time and I voted. That's what counts. I voted. And thank you.
You're welcome.
You. Yes. God bless.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Thank you. That was our guest tonight. Who's not a guest? Who's a regular? Naomi, you're saying that your polling place was empty. Yeah, that is concerning if your polling place was empty. I mean, you could have just gone at the right time, but be prepared to stay for a little while, for at least a couple hours. Be prepared. Bring your umbrella, your folding chairs, some snacks, water, but limit the water because you don't want to have to use the bathroom and, rely on someone to say, hold your place in line. You don't necessarily want to do that. I'm going to put back up this link here for the voting rights of New Yorkers. I'm hoping it was timing too, Naomi. Naomi's very active in the comments tonight. Thank you so much. I want to share this with everyone, and shout out to my niece, Danae, who shared this in a family group chat. And she writes, "Good evening, everyone. I wanted to reach out and implore you all to vote tomorrow if you have not done so already. We've been on a few calls this year discussing a range of topics from police brutality to COVID-19, and now is this time to show up for ourselves, our families, and those who've sacrificed to get us here. As individuals, we may not be getting everything we've asked for, but hopefully you are as excited as I am to use my right to influence the below items: foreign policy, COVID-19 national plan, the economic stimulus package, environmental policy, women's rights, LGBTQIA rights, awakening on systemic racism, healthcare policies, immigration policies." Think about everything that's gone on since our last election. And while I cannot tell you for whom to vote, I am imploring everyone under the sound of my voice to get out and vote. Every family votes. Voting is a duty. It's a responsibility. We need to get out and vote. So thank you, Danae. If you're watching, if you see this, you were so encouraging to me, just sharing that just a few minutes before I came on, not even knowing that I was already in that mindset. Like, you know what, tonight I want to share information with our viewers tonight. This is just super important that everyone knows what is going on. I also want to share this piece of information with you also. And if you have any questions, anybody, please invite people. If anyone has questions about what they can do or where they need to go or anything about voting information, please let us know. When is my polling place open on election day? That's important to know. When is my polling place open on election day? So I just received this information. If you're in Alabama, I wish I had someone to write this in. Naomi, if you're still on here and you hear this, could you write this stuff down, please, in the chat? If you're in Alabama, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, November 3rd, Tuesday, November 3rd, Election Day in the United States. I'm going to go through some of the states for which I have information. In Alabama, the polling place is open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. In Alaska, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Arizona is a huge swing state. The polls are open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Naomi, I'll start again. Thank you. In Alabama, your polling place is open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Alaska, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Arizona, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'll go back and put it in the chat later also. I'll update it. California, lots of electoral votes in California, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Ooh, Arkansas, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. California, 7 to 7. Connecticut, 6 to 8. DC, 7 to 8. Delaware, 7 to 8. Florida, 7 to 7. Georgia, if you're in Georgia, your polling place is open from 7 to 7. Hawaii, 7 to 7. Idaho, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but it depends on your municipality. You need to check that, Idaho. Thank you, Naomi. I can't go. I want to get through it, but I'll go back and I will put these times down. Illinois, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Indiana, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Iowa, 7 to 9. Kansas, 7 to 7. Again, if you're just joining, I'm going through the times when polling places are open in the states for which I have information. In Kansas, your polling places are open from 7 to 7. In Kentucky, from 6 to 6. Louisiana, from 6 to 8. Maine, from 6 to 8. Maryland, from 7 to 8. In Massachusetts, from 7 to 8. The next few are 7 to 8. So Maryland from 7 to 8. Massachusetts from 7 to 8. Michigan, huge swing state in Michigan. 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can go out and vote. In Minnesota, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. as well. Mississippi, 7 to 7. Missouri, if you're in Missouri, you can vote from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow. That's for those who haven't voted. I know many of us took advantage of early voting, and that's wonderful. However, for some, that wasn't an option for a myriad of reasons. Tomorrow, you can still vote. It's the last day to vote in the 2020 elections, and they're not just national elections. There are many statewide elections going on, also local elections. Many judges are being voted in. Please make sure you're looking. Also, turn over to the back of the ballot. Lots of propositions. That's okay, Naomi. Lots of propositions going on. So make sure you turn the ballot over and read what's going on the back and make your vote known. Let's pick back up with these polling places on election day, the times they're open. In Montana, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Nebraska, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's Central Time. Nevada, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. New Hampshire, 7 to 7. Jersey, Tafshir, where are you? All my Jersey people, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. New Mexico, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. In New York, my home state, one of the longest open. I'm so proud of New York for that. 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that's what we mean. Make a plan. If you know your schedule tomorrow and you need to go early, set it up. Also, I don't know about all, but if you're an employee of the city, you do get time off from work to go and vote. So work that out, have that conversation with your employer if you have one, but there is time allotted for you to go and vote. So please don't let that be the reason why you don't vote. Okay? North Carolina, 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. North Dakota, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Ohio, 6:30 a.m., to 7:30 p.m. Ohio, 6:30 to 7:30. Oklahoma, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Oregon, doesn't apply. I'm not sure why it says this. Oregon and Washington do not have this information. Pennsylvania, huge swing state. Where are my people from Pennsylvania? 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Get out and vote tomorrow. Every family votes. Rhode Island, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Most places are open 12, 13, 14 hours tomorrow. Please make the time. Please find the time to go vote. Get out the vote. Every family votes. Vote 2020. South Carolina, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. South Dakota, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tennessee varies by county, so you'll have to check that out if you're in the state of Tennessee. Texas, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Utah, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Vermont, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. I see some asterisks here, however, so if you're in Vermont, check that out. Virginia, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Washington doesn't apply. I mentioned that before. West Virginia, 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Wisconsin, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Wyoming, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And this information, I'm going to put this here so you can get it, is coming from weall.vote/hub. Okay. If you haven't already done so, please go to the National Parents Union's homepage where you can, first of all, make a pledge to vote there. Studies have shown that when people make pledges to actually do something, they're more inclined to do it. Something about holding themselves accountable and standing true to their word. So please go on our website, nationalparentsunion.org. I put it in the chat. There is a drop down there where you can make your pledge to vote. There's also a toolkit for every family votes. My family and I are featured in it to make a plan. At this point, early voting is over, and that's fine. You're not too late. You can still go and vote. So make your plan and vote. And there are things in the toolkit that can help you for sure. Okay. But please make sure you go and do that. And of course, we have our town hall. So this is coming at like the perfect time. On November 5th, so that's 2 days after the national election, we at NPU will be having our first town hall. We'll be revealing some of the stats of another national survey that we've taken, casting our net to over 1,000 families, I believe over 1,200 families were interviewed and filled out the survey, and we'll be talking with former Secretary of Education Arne Duncan. We'll be speaking with advocates, parent advocates, and educational advocates from all across the nation. So from California, we have Marisol Quevedo Rerucha. From Detroit, we have Bernita Bradley. We have several guests being featured. And most of all, aside from the guests, because a lot of things people are like, oh, I'm tired of the guests, the guests, the guests. No, you need to be there for parents. This is a forum for parents, a town hall, the first of several. We'll be having them monthly. There is a lot going on, as we all know. And so one of the things that I'm encouraging all of us to do, one of the things I try to model in my own life, is to be the change we want to see in the world. There are so many things that we are disgruntled and disheartened about. Why don't we use our efforts, our energy, our wherewithal, our tools to make things better? One way where we can speak our truth is with our vote. Your vote is your voice. Your vote is your voice. So complaining makes no sense if you're not going to follow it up with action and actually vote and be strategic and have a plan. Okay? Please. That's what I'm asking. That's what we're asking here, the National Parents Union. Part of that plan needs to include registering for the town hall. That town hall is taking place. I'm going to put this in the chat. Our MPU town hall. It's a town hall clapback, which actually adds another level of vigor to it, okay? Our town hall clapback is taking place on 11/5. That's coming up in a few days. That's this Thursday. Am I correct? Yes, I am. That's this Thursday. Wow, that's around the corner. Registration is still open, so please go and register on 11/5 at 8 p.m. Okay? If you've already registered, invite someone else who may want to register, because a lot of the issues that came up that are on the forefront now in terms of this election and everything going on, they're definitely part of what NP is talking about, specifically the handling of education during the global coronavirus pandemic, how that impacted us here across the states of the United States. Okay. I have some more information to share with you. Is this good? Is this good? I think this is great information for you. I'm hoping someone will see this. They'll be provided with something that they need. Okay, I see a lot of people saying that they already spoke, that they already voted, rather. Good. We want everyone to go out and vote, seriously, because not voting and blocking the vote is a way to disenfranchise us. There's so many obstacles have been put in our path to suppress us from voting, and they continue to try to suppress us. So you have to wonder, your vote, you have to really come to the conclusion that your vote must be very, very important if people are going to, and systems are going to such great lengths to prevent you from voting. So that's why you need to get out and vote all the more. Get out and vote, please. I know I'm like a broken record, but you definitely have to. This was something else I came across. So say you have questions about voting. Naomi said, don't get me started on the handling of special education in this pandemic. Naomi, we're going to have to get you on to talk about that. You may have to be on with Christina Laster, Bernita Bradley. There are a few of our really hardcore, like parents and really geniuses when it comes to special education policy and law. I need to get you on a show. Christina, if you're watching this, Naomi needs to definitely get on, and you all need to share. I'm going to put this website here also. It's called iwillvote.com. Okay. If you have questions about voting, there's a voting hotline. I'm going to put that number there also. I do love our new platform, how I can just input information like this. I am really loving it. Good job, StreamYard. Nice little plug there for you too. So here's a voting hotline. Throw that up. If you have any type of questions, you can text access to 43367. Okay? Exactly. It's a broken record played. I'm going to keep playing it because if even one more person votes as a result of hearing this, then my labor is not in vain. And I know there are some people listening who haven't voted. I'm not judging you. I'm really not. For whatever reason you haven't voted. There's people out there who haven't voted in a really long time who the system is broken. Yes, the system is broken. Yes, the system wasn't meant to include anyone outside of land owning white men. I get it. Voting still works and we still have to enact it. It is the baseline action that we take. It's not the end all be all, but it sure does work. But not voting and then complaining about how messed up things are, that's what's not going to work. Okay, please, please. Okay, yes, this is what I wanted to share. Good, I'm glad I stayed. So know your rights on election day with this list. If the polls close while you're still in line, you stay in line. You have the right to vote. Okay, vote, stay in that line and vote. Do not let anyone turn you away. Do not let them say, oh, you're too late. I just told you the times, and some of them are in the chat about the hours of when your polling locations are open in your state. So say in New York, they're open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. If I'm on that line before 9 p.m., I cannot be denied the opportunity to vote, the right to vote. So please know that. If you make a mistake on your ballot, ask for a new one. As simple as that. Ask for a new one. And you may need to be a little forceful. Listen, the people working, they're volunteers. They're also under a tremendous amount of stress. There's also voter suppression that's real. So there's human error, and then there's voter suppression also. And so the ones of us going to vote need to be very vigilant, very aware, reading all signs, taking care of everything that we can do on our end, checking, double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking, asking questions, asked to see I'm not sure what it's called, this is an education term, but the site manager, whoever is in charge, all of that exists there. Do not leave without casting your vote, okay? Yes, you can ask for a new ballot. I believe there are limitations. You can't go there and try to fill out 15 ballots. But if you make a mistake on one, absolutely you can get another. I think you have up to 3 tries, but don't quote me on that. If the machines are down at your polling place, catch this, ask for a paper ballot. Okay, the machines are down, so what? Ask for a paper ballot. I would also say to you, and this is key, if you are going to vote tomorrow, not if, you are going to vote tomorrow, and when you are getting ready to go, if you have your absentee ballot at home, it was already mailed to you, but you said, I'm not going to go absentee anymore. I'm going to stand in line and physically cast my vote. Bring that absentee ballot with you anyway. And here's why. If you find the line is just too long and you can't do it, you can still fill out that absentee ballot and drop it off inside, not outside in a mailbox, inside, so you know that it reached inside. Also, if there are any discrepancies with your name, your address, you don't have to show ID to vote. Please know that if anyone asks you for identification to vote, that is an alert. Please call for help, because that is illegal. You are not, the only thing they can do is verify your signature and ask you things like your date of birth. And I just went through this training. That's why I'm telling you, I'm a poll watcher. Okay. So you cannot be asked for identification at all. All right. If you run into any problems or have questions on election day, call the Election Protection Hotline. I'm going to put that in the chat. And these are things you might have this written down, because you can't really have your phone out when you're voting, okay? So have these things written down and accessible. The Election Protection Hotline. And they have it in various languages. So in English, the number is 1-866-687-8683. Okay. In Espanol, again, this is the Election Protection Hotline. In Spanish, that number is 1-888-839-8682. Okay. English and in Spanish. And I put the Spanish one up. And this is national information, okay? This is the voter protection, election protection hotline in Spanish, okay? That same information. Here it is in English. Yeah, that's all the information I have for you right now. If you have any further information or any needs, please reach out. I'm Vivett at npunion.org. Also want to remind anyone who is formerly incarcerated, you can vote. I hope you registered to vote. We had a big push for voter registration. That time has passed. Also, Lyft is offering free rides. Let me find that information. If you need a ride, I know there is a limit, but Lyft is offering rides to vote. Yep. Oh, there's lots of good stuff. Oh, wow, this is great. Yeah, Lyft is offering free rides to go and vote. Thank you, Lyft. So if you have the Lyft app, you need to go get that app. Lyft is offering free rides to get voters to the polls. They're literally putting their money where their mouth is. Get to the polls. So no excuse. That's really what I'm saying. No excuse. Please go vote. If you've never voted before, you need to vote now. If voting is your norm, continue in that vein. Wherever you are with voting, whatever your history with voting has been, this is not the time to stay stuck. I'll put it in that way, and I think you understand what I mean. This is the time for action, for forward movement, for declared and decide change to what is happening throughout our nation. And you interpret that as you will. What I'm saying to all of you is that the option to not vote is off the table. It was never on the table. It's officially off the table. Get out and vote. every family votes. Bring the kids with you. Turn it into something fun. Make it a memorable occasion, an event they will not forget. And for positive reasons. Listen, here in New York, companies are being boarded up, businesses are being boarded up. There's so much fear permeating the atmosphere. We need to make a decision as a nation about what we're going to do, how we're moving forward, what the plan really is for cohesion and unity and healing. That starts with you getting up and getting out and voting tomorrow. So, hi, I'm not sure who you are saying hi, National Parents Union, one of my colleagues here. Hi, thank you for being here. I'm actually going to get off now because I'm calling, I'm still making calls. What time is it? I still have a little bit of time. I'm still making calls, encouraging people to get out and vote. Yeah, thanks, 8:20, I know. I recommend you all do the same. Contact family and friends and just give a gentle, authentic reminder to please go and vote. I won't see you on Thursday because Thursday is our town hall. So I'll be streaming the town hall from Speak Your Truth. And we'll be there. That's where we'll be on Thursday. I'm hoping to see you there on Thursday also. But first, I need to see you at the polls. Share your pics when you go to the polls. Share them. We'd love to see that. Share your pictures of you at the polls, you out voting. It's such a rewarding feeling just to know you did it and you participated in democracy. It's a very rewarding feeling. You heard John say how excited he was to go and vote. It's something that there are millions of people in this world who would love to be able to vote, who are behind the wall, who are incarcerated, who want to vote and are not voting and cannot vote. And there are some who are home that still don't know that they can vote or still afraid to vote. So there's a lot going on. If you can vote and you're just not, you got to really think about that. So with that being said, I've shared a lot of information with you tonight. Thank you for all of you for watching. Thank you, Naomi, for helping me out and putting things in the chat. I'm going to go back and add more. Track your ballot. It's there on the ticker. It's in the chat. We've gotten some good information here tonight. And thank you all. I will see you again, all being well, next week, Monday. But I'll see you Thursday at our town hall, okay? Please go back and hold on. Let me drop that town hall link again. Okay, that's there for you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your existence, for spending time with us here tonight. Thank you to my guest, John. Always comes through for me. And yeah, that's it for tonight. We'll see you all again. Get out and vote. Every family votes. Take care. Good night. Speak your truth.